Suresh and Rakesh Chevuri and Sanat Kumar and Rakesh Kaluri.
Hi,
Okay.
hi.
Yeah. So
Hi,
what is the preferred language for you? Telugu, Hindi, English. What is the most preferred language for you? All of you can understand English, right?
Yes, Rahul.
yes, sir.
Yeah. Yeah. So should we go in English? Yeah. Let's proceed. Let's use multiple language. I'll use both Telugu and English. Is that okay? Are there any Hindi speaking people here?
No, no, sir. We
So
are
Telugu and
comfortable in English or
yeah,
Telugu.
Telugu and English is fine,
Both,
right?
sir.
Okay. Yeah, sure. So let me share my screen. Okay, before that, let's see. Kaja Reddy, please unmute yourself and tell me about yourself. What is your background and what are you looking for?
So,
Yeah.
Rahul, I'm working as an data engineer. Okay.
Okay.
So I'm looking forward to learn the data analytics.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're currently working professional, right?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. Where do you work?
I work at Ecolab as an data engineer.
Okay. All right. That's good. So Rakesh Kanaluri, can please unmute yourself and just give me a quick brief info about yourself.
Yes, sir. My name is Rakesh. I
Yeah.
worked in HDFC Bank past 1 month.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, I am not working in HDFC Bank, sir.
Okay. So I think you two. I mean, only three people are here. Let's continue. I guess. Okay. Okay. I'll give a quick brief about myself. Uh, I have 3 years of experience, and currently I started working as a data analyst, and right now I'm working as a business analyst for a company called Miranex. It's an investment firm. I do financial analysis, and as well as I do visualization of data as well on a day-to-day basis. Okay. So let me share my screen and start the presentation. I think we have someone here. Let me just. Yeah. Hello. Hi, Lalita. Hello. Yeah. So can you please tell us about yourself? After that, I'm going to start the presentation. So, what are you looking for, and uh, give me a quick brief info about yourself.
Hello, sir. Good evening, sir.
Good evening. Yeah. May I know your
Yeah,
name?
yeah, yeah. Actually, my name is Venkateshwarlu.
Okay. Hi, Venkateshwarlu.
Yeah, yeah. She is my wife,
Okay.
and this link was being forwarded by my friend Moses. He is from Hyderabad.
Okay. Yeah. 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 This is a
So actually, she is.
yeah.
Yes,
This
sir.
is
Tell me,
a
sir.
yeah, this is a data analytics demo class. Here, I'm going to
Yes, yes,
brief you
yes.
on how the importance of data analytics and how this will help you in your career. So
Yes,
yeah,
sir.
yes. So if you can give me quick brief about you or your wife who is looking to take the course, that would be very grateful. I would understand the background and
Yeah, yes, sir. Yeah, actually, she is Lalitama. She came from that engineering background.
okay.
Yeah, so she is
Is
looking
she
for that. Yes, tell me, sir. Tell me, sir.
is she currently working?
No, sir. Actually, now she is working in the State Bank of India.
Okay.
So it's an outsourcing.
Okay, so to
So
grow in the career, she's looking to grow, improve the
yeah,
skills, and yeah, move
yeah,
forward. Yeah, definitely understand the situation.
yes,
Yeah, let me share my screen and we'll proceed with the presentation.
yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. So can you see my screen?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So yeah, this will be. I mean, I'll give a quick demo on the course. What the course is. So typically, this course conclude two segments. The segment one is visualization and data cleaning, which we are going to use Excel, and then we'll go with Power BI. Basically, we use Excel. Basically, everybody knows Excel. I'm assuming that everyone knows Excel. If someone don't know Excel, I'm going to brief about Excel. Excel is a tool which anyone can use to clean the data, visualize the data, and do the analysis of the data. Okay, and basically anyone can perform certain number of tasks in Excel to see what data is telling us. Like basically, here we are discussing about this particular course. It's about data analysis, right? So, in order to analyze the data, one must learn the Excel. Excel is a pretty simple tool to. It's a pretty simple application to understand. It's very visualizing, so you can easily see. I will show you Excel itself. So Excel is a very interactive and visual application. It's pretty readable. It's pretty easy to understand. It's human friendly. And why we need Excel? We need Excel in order to understand the data, in understand to what data is telling us, and we can visualize it, and we can do the data analysis on it. Okay, so that is Excel. I think all of you know what is Excel is. Then comes the Power BI. Okay, Power BI, SQL, and Python. These are a little bit. Someone joined. Let me just admit them. Yeah, Avinash, please continue along with this presentation. I'll discuss about your intro and I'll get to know you later. Okay, so this is going to be 4 month course, 4 months course, and we're going to focus on Excel, Power BI, SQL, and Python. It will going to be in two phases. Initial phase will be Excel and Power BI. Both are from the Microsoft itself. Excel will be the primary tool to understand, and then we'll move on to the Power BI. Power BI is more into visualization, and why we need visualization, I'm going to get into that part. And SQL is a database, and we're going to understand why we need SQL and what is the database management system, and how many types of database management systems are there and all. And Python is a language. We're going to go through the slides and you'll get to know. So basically, this is going to be a 4 months course, and I'm going to give the demo for it. Let's get into it. So, what are these four technologies and where do we start? Imagine this is a pyramid. Okay, so the fundamental, like the foundation of this pyramid, is going to be the Excel. Basically, Excel is widely used by any profession. I mean, doesn't matter you are a data analyst, doesn't matter you are a data engineer, even though you work in accounts, even though you're a housewife, you can still use Excel to make to do the analysis. Analysis ఎందుకు చేయాలి? I'll give a simple example. Right? Am I audible, right? Hello?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, I'm audible, right? Okay. Let's do analysis ఎందుకు చేయాలి. I'll give a quick example. మనకి మామూలుగా ప్రొవిజన్ షాప్స్ తెలుసు, పసారి కొట్లు అంటారు. మామూలుగా వేర్ వి బై గ్రోసరీస్. ఓకే, సో ఇమాజిన్ దెర్ ఆర్ టూ షాప్ ఓనర్స్ కాల్డ్ సురేష్ అండ్ రమేష్. Ramesh is the one who knows Excel, and Suresh is the one who goes by gut feel. Ramesh is the one, okay, who use Excel, and Suresh is the guy who don't use Excel. Let's just say రమేష్ ఏం చేస్తారంటే అతను షాప్ లో కొన్న ప్రతి వస్తువు, అమ్మిన ప్రతి వస్తువుని డేటా ఫీడ్ చేసుకుంటారు. ఎక్సెల్ లో తన డేటా ఎంట్రీ చేస్తూ వెళ్తారు. ఓకే, అండ్ సురేష్ ఈస్ లైక్ హీ డోంట్ యూస్ టెక్నాలజీ, హీ డోంట్ యూస్ ఎక్సెల్ అండ్ ఆల్. తను ఏంటంటే టిపికల్లీ హీల్ బి నేను అంతా బ్రెయిన్ లో క్యాలిక్యులేట్ చేసుకుంటాను, ఐ జస్ట్ నో ద బిజినెస్ అన్నట్టు. హీ డోంట్ డూ ఆల్ దట్ స్టఫ్. ఈ జస్ట్ సురేష్ జస్ట్ టు మైండ్ క్యాలిక్యులేషన్స్ అంటారు. ఓవర్ పీరియడ్ ఆఫ్ టైం సంక్రాంతి వస్తే ఏం కొనాలి, ఏం కొనకూడదు, సురేష్కి తెలుసు, రమేష్కి తెలుసు. బట్ రమేష్కి ఏం తెలుసు, లాస్ట్ ఇయర్ ఎంత కొన్నారు, నాకు ఎంత సేల్స్ అయినాయి, నేను ఎంత తెచ్చుకోవాలి, ఒక్కొక్క ప్రోడక్ట్ సంక్రాంతి వస్తే ఎక్కువ ఏం కొంటారు, బెల్లం కొంటారు, బొరుగులు కొంటారు, ఇలా రకరకాల ఐటమ్స్ ఉంటాయి. దే షుడ్ బి ఒక లిస్ట్ ఆఫ్ ఐటమ్స్ ఉంటాయి. ఈ లిస్ట్ ఆఫ్ ఐటమ్స్ ని ఎంత తెచ్చుకోవాలి, ఎలా అమ్మాలి, ఒక్కొక్కదాన్ని ఎంత పీరియడ్ ఆఫ్ టైంలో కొనాలి, ఈ డేటా అంతా మన రమేష్ దగ్గర ఉంది. సో రమేష్ ఏం చేస్తాడు, లాస్ట్ ఇయర్ అమ్మిన డేటా చూసి ఈ సంవత్సరం ఎంత తెచ్చుకోవాలో పెట్టుకుంటాడు. రైట్, దీన్ని కొంచెం నెక్స్ట్ లెవెల్ తీసుకెళ్తే లైక్ మా సూపర్ మార్ట్స్ ఉంటాయి అండ్ వగేరా వగేరా, సూపర్ మార్ట్స్, విశాల్ మార్ట్స్ ఇలా ఉంటాయి కదా, మోర్ అని చెప్పి వాళ్ళు ఏం చేస్తారంటే టిపికల్లీ లెట్స్ సే బ్రెడ్ తీసుకోండి, అండ్ బ్రెడ్కి టిపికల్లీ షెల్ఫ్ లైఫ్ 7 days ఉంటుంది. రైట్, మీరు ఎప్పుడైనా చూస్తే మోర్లో సడన్ గా వీక్ మధ్యలో 50% ఆఫ్ అని పెట్టేస్తారు. ఎందుకు పెడతారు అంటే వాళ్ళ దగ్గర లెట్స్ సే ఒక 100 units ఆఫ్ బ్రెడ్ ఉంది. ఆ బ్రెడ్ షెల్ఫ్ లైఫ్ 7 days, 4 days ఆల్రెడీ అయిపోయింది. బట్ స్టిల్ దే హ్యావ్ 80 units లెఫ్ట్. దే హ్యావ్ టు సెల్ ద బ్రెడ్ యాజ్ సూన్ యాజ్ పాసిబుల్, అదర్వైజ్ ఇట్స్ గోయింగ్ టు గెట్ స్పాయిల్. సో అప్పుడు ఏం చేస్తారంటే 50% డిస్కౌంట్ అని చెప్పి ఆఫర్ పెట్టి అమ్మేస్తారు. జనాలు 50% డిస్కౌంట్ 1+2 ఆర్ 1+1 ఇలాంటి ఆఫర్లు పెట్టి వాళ్ళ దగ్గర ఉన్న ప్రోడక్ట్ యాజ్ సూన్ యాజ్ పాసిబుల్ పుష్ చేస్తారు. అదే మన ఎక్సెల్ వాటిని సురేష్ ఏం చేస్తాడు, నా బ్రెడ్ కదా ఉంటుంది, దానికి ఎన్ని రోజులు ఎక్స్పైర్ ఉందో తెలియదు, అతని దగ్గర చాలా ప్రొడక్ట్స్ ఉంటాయి కాబట్టి హీల్ గెట్ కన్ఫ్యూజ్ అండ్ బ్రెడ్ సెల్ఫ్ లైఫ్ అంతా పట్టించుకోకపోవడం వల్ల ఇట్ గెట్ స్పాయిల్డ్. సో అతని దగ్గర ప్రోడక్ట్ వేస్ట్ అయిపోయింది. ఎట్ ద ఎండ్ అతనికి లాస్ వచ్చింది. ఇలాంటి ఏ అనాలిసిస్ చేయాలన్నా మన దగ్గర డేటా స్టోర్ చేసుకోవాలి. డేటా స్టోర్ చేసుకున్న దాన్ని అనాలిసిస్ చేయాలంటే ఒక టూల్ కావాలి. దట్ ఫండమెంటల్ టూల్ ఇస్ ఎక్సెల్. సో బేసికల్లీ ఇక్కడ తన దగ్గర ఉన్న ప్రోడక్ట్ని ఎప్పుడు అమ్మాలి, ఎలా అమ్మాలి, ఎంత పెట్టి అమ్మాలి, ఇలాంటి అనాలిసిస్ చేయడానికి మనకు ఒక టూల్ కావాలి. ఫండమెంటల్లీ ఇట్ ఈస్ ఎక్సెల్. ఎక్సెల్లో బేసికల్లీ యూ కెన్ డూ ఆల్ కైండ్ ఆఫ్ అనాలిసిస్ విచ్ విల్ గివ్ ప్రొడక్టివిటీ. దాట్స్ వై ఎవ్రీ బిజినెస్ దట్ ఎగ్జిస్ట్ ఇన్ దిస్ that exists in the market use Excel to do the data analysis. Fundamentally, they'll do that. దానికి నెక్స్ట్ లెవెల్కి వెళ్ళడమే సీక్వెల్. సీక్వెల్ ఎందుకు వాడతారు? సీక్వెల్ ఎందుకు వాడతారంటే ఫండమెంటల్లీ సీక్వెల్ వాడాల్సిన అవసరం ఎందుకు వచ్చింది అంటే ఎక్సెల్ ఈజ్ మోర్ లైక్ ఎక్సెల్కి లిమిటేషన్స్ ఉంటాయి. ఇమాజిన్ యు ఆర్ ఎ బ్యాంక్. సి మీరు ఒక ప్రొవిజన్ షాప్ అయితే యూ కెన్ స్టాప్ విత్ ఎక్సెల్. ఎక్సెల్కి ఒక ప్రొవిజన్ షాప్ చాలు. ఎందుకంటే మీ దగ్గర మహా అంటే 10 lakh rows మీరు వాడడం కూడా వాడరు. బట్ యూల్ బి యూజింగ్ ఒక 1000 rows 2000 rows సంథింగ్ లైక్ దట్. మాక్సిమం వాడితే ఒక 10,000 rows వాడతారు. ఎక్సెల్ కంఫర్టబుల్గా సపోర్ట్ చేస్తుంది. ఇమాజిన్ యు ఆర్ ఎ బ్యాంక్. బ్యాంక్స్ ఏం చేయాలంటే వాళ్ళు క్రోర్స్లో డేటా హ్యాండిల్ చేయాలి. When coming to this huge amount of data, Excel can't handle it. That's why we'll come into the database, which is SQL. Okay, SQL అంటే structured query language. దానికి it has its own uses. Apart from that, okay, visualization చేయాలి. అవును, లెట్స్ గో డీప్ ఇన్ టు ద ఎస్క్యూఎల్ లేటర్. ఓకే, మన దగ్గర డేటా వచ్చేసింది, ఫైన్. ఇమాజిన్ మీ దగ్గర ఒక 1,00,000 rows ఉన్నాయి. 1,00,000 rowsలో డేటా ఇట్స్ ఇంపాసిబుల్ టు రీడ్. జస్ట్ రోస్ లాగా ఉంటే డేటా, దాంతో మనం ఏమీ చేయలేం. సో దాట్స్ వై వీ నీడ్ విజువలైజేషన్. విజువలైజేషన్ ఎలా చేయొచ్చు? ఎక్సెల్లో కూడా విజువలైజేషన్ చేయొచ్చు. ఎక్సెల్లో కూడా యూ కెన్ డూ చార్ట్స్, యూ కెన్ డూ multiple bar graphs, you can do pie charts, you can do donut charts, or there are n number of visualizations you can do in Excel. But the thing is, imagine you are a bank. మీరు ఒక బ్యాంక్ అండ్ యూ హ్యావ్ 1 crores ఆఫ్ రోస్. ఆ రోజుని విజువలైజ్ చేయాలి అండ్ ఇట్స్ రిపిటేటింగ్ టాస్క్. రిపిటేటింగ్ టాస్క్ అన్నప్పుడు మీరు ప్రతిరోజు డేటా క్లీన్ చేసి, ప్రతిరోజు విజువలైజ్ చేసి, ప్రతిరోజు ప్రజెంట్ చేయాలంటే కష్టం కదా. యూ నీడ్ సమ్ కైండ్ ఆఫ్ ఆటోమేషన్ అండ్ పవర్ బై కమ్స్ ఇన్ హియర్. పవర్ బై ఎందుకు వస్తుంది అంటే, మీరు లెట్స్ సే లైక్ ఇన్ ఎక్సెల్, అడ్వాన్స్ ఎక్సెల్లో మ్యాక్రోస్ అని ఉంటుంది. దెర్ ఈస్ సంథింగ్ కాల్డ్ మ్యాక్రోస్ విచ్ వీ గోయింగ్ టు లర్న్ ఇన్ ద ఫ్యూచర్ క్లాసెస్. బేసికలీ మ్యాక్రోస్ ఏంటి అంటే, లెట్స్ సే స్టెప్ 1 take the data, step 2 clean the data, step 3 visualize into this, step 4 make reports. These kind of things which you can do in Excel. But దీన్ని ఆటోమేట్ చేసేదే పవర్ బిఐ. పవర్ బిఐ హ్యాస్ మెనీ అదర్ యూజెస్, బట్ స్టిల్ బేసికలీ పవర్ బిఐ ఏం చేస్తుందంటే, మీ దగ్గర ఉన్న డేటాని ఎవ్రీ డే ఇట్ పర్ఫార్మ్స్ సర్టెన్ నెంబర్ ఆఫ్ టాస్క్స్ ఇన్ ఆటోమేషన్ మోడ్. There Power BI helps. And apart from this huge amount of data and visualize cheyali, reports automatically generate cheyali ante, we should use Power BI. Ideally Power BI ki there are competitions like similar Power BI to Tableau untundi or ClickShare untundi. There are many other visualization tools and all, but Power BI beats them because Power BI is cheap in India and at the same time it is powered by Microsoft itself. So there are so many users for the Power BI. In the last decade, the growth for Power BI is exponentially increased because they are continuously increasing. I mean, while a product name will continuously improve, you will frequently get updates. There won't be any glitches, and the customer support is good. And in order to become a data analyst or a business analyst, these 3 tools are essential. On top of that, Python is the trump card. Like if you can learn all these 4 things, it's very easy to become a data analyst. Okay, so why you need Python? Python is a tool that can allows you to do data analysis itself. Let's just say meeku data kavali. Like first of all, you have to collect the data and then you have to analyze it. But if you want to plot graphs and all, there are Python is just not a tool to draw the graphs and all. There are many things you can do in Python. Let's get into that, what we can do in Python and all. Okay, so this slide is completely about the Excel. So what we can do Excel, what are functions, what are Power Queries, what is the real world application of it. So typically you will be using this Excel for, Excel lo spreadsheets ఉంటాయి. Spreadsheets lo mana data istam. There is something called cells in the Excel, and we put the data into it, and then we'll apply the functions to it, and then we'll build applications through it, like financial models. You can do all kinds of stuff with that. Okay, so anybody have any questions? Let's make it interact. Nakedo screen to maatladutuna feeling vastundi. Let's ask questions. Do you have any questions until this point? Anyone? So you understand what I'm saying? Then flow lo veltunana ellatleda meeku, like are you able to understand what I'm trying to say, or do you have any questions?
Rahul,
Yeah.
I think Rahul, like you are going good.
So do you understand what I'm saying, right? Am I, is it too fast or is it too slow? What do you, so the pace is okay, right?
That is this phase is fine.
Okay. So I'm trying to make you, I mean, obviously I know that you know what is Excel, Python ఎందుకు వాడతారు and all. But the thing is, am I covering all the audience? Like, does anybody need that more explanation or in-depth explanation, something like that? If anyone, please send me a message or
I think, Rahul, I think it will be good like if you explain like let's say in the first session, right? So what are the total features of Excel? Okay, and what will be like in the Power BI is the advanced to the Excel, right? So what
yes.
are additional features in the Power BI? Okay, as you told, right,
Okay.
Excel and the SQL database in the like as everybody aware that in Gen, Excel supports only 10 lakh records. Okay,
Hmm.
beyond that it can't support. That is why we are going to SQL database. Okay,
Yes.
in this comparison wise, like if we explain that these three, like
Hmm.
Excel, SQL database, and Power BI, it will be good because so that everybody will understand the difference between all these three.
Okay. Yeah, I'll do one thing. I will explain in a kind of like a roadmap, which will be the starting point, which will be the midpoint, and how all this connected. Okay, like a network map. So yeah, typically yeah, I'll explain that. So anything else? Anybody? I think I'll go ahead. Okay. So let's talk about Excel. Yeah, basically we use Excel to do the analysis and all, and it contains functions. Functions can do certain, let's just say you have 10 different numbers in Excel and you want to add them, then we use something called sum function, and like that there are n number of functions in Excel which can be which we can use to perform certain tasks. Okay, and we learn about the functions when we are going into the Excel. So Excel also contains typically pivot tables, and you can basically pivot table is something like it will summarize things for you and you can play with it. Like normal data will be in a very normal format, and you want to compare between, let's just say you want to specifically compare between two things, then we go for pivot table, something like that. Pivot table comes in and helps you to compare between any two variables. Okay, and yeah, let's move on. So SQL, as we already initially discussed about SQL, it's a database management system. So why SQL is required? I'll give an example, a real-time example for this. I imagine all of you having bank. I think you all of you have bank accounts, right? Right. So Kaja, so which bank do you use?
I see.
ICICI, right? So yeah, typically ICICI will be having a mobile application called iMobile, right? I think you use iMobile. Do you use iMobile?
Yes,
Yeah, iMobile is the app supporting the ICICI Bank. Like if you want to access your account through iMobile, what you will do? If initially you will be entering the account number and you will be giving the date of birth, and you will be giving certain like
yes,
yes, right. So that's how they,
authenticate.
yes,
Yeah,
authentication and all. You will get OTP.
authentication, then authorization, then it will display the UI for the respective customer. Then
Respective
we
customer.
will be doing yes. Then we
True,
will
right?
be doing our transactions. Yeah.
Yes. True. So you can't do that in Excel. Excel is not built for that, but I mean, there was a requirement in the market, and that's when SQL came in. So basically, banks want to know whether this person is Kaja ready or not. So how will they know? Typically, firstly, they'll ask you to enter the account number. Once you enter the account number, then the backend process is like this is the account number he entered. Does it match with our records or not? Yes. Let's go to the next step. Second step verification. Second step verification, they will ask him to enter the date of birth. Is it matching our initially recorded date of birth or not? Yes, it matched with the initially recorded date of birth. Okay, let's do one last step and then let's show all the details regarding this person, which is like bank balance or how much loan he has approved or something like that. Any personal information will be showed in the next step. Final step, let's send him a OTP. If all the things match, then you will get access to the database of the ICICI Bank, which contain all the information that will be present to you in a very organized format. So this is where SQL database come in. Basically, they have the information, but you should not be. I mean, Kaja Reddy ki వాళ్ళు they should not show Avinash Reddy data. I mean data, right? So this is where SQL comes in. When you give the Kaja Reddy details, it will show the Kaja Reddy bank details. When you give Avinash Reddy bank details, it will show Avinash Reddy bank details, right? So this process, this chain of transactions can be established in SQL. Okay. So this is where the SQL comes in. So basically, it will connect you to the database and it will show you what should be shown to you. మీకు చూపించాల్సిన మాత్రమే మీకు చూపిస్తుంది. It has restrictions. It has its own advantages. It will restrict you to you only your account. మీ అకౌంట్ మాత్రమే మీకు చూపిస్తుంది. It won't show you any other account, and it won't show you more than any other information regarding anyone else. So typically by using SQL, we can do something like this. Okay, it will be SQL. Right now we are going to learn about DBMS. It's called Database Management System. Okay, so that will cover the SQL part. Initially, we're going to start with the basic queries, and then we're going to move on to the advanced queries and all. So typically, this would be the real-time example of SQL, where it comes in and how it will help in the market. Okay. So as we already discussed, basically Power BI, you can use it Power BI to automate the reports, and you can make interactive dashboards. That is one of the primary advantage of Power BI. In Excel, you can make dashboards, but those are not interactive. And at the same time, you have to make reports again and again in Excel. Let's just say every time you take the data, you have to clean the data and you have to arrange the data in a certain formats, and then you have to make the graphs and all. But in Power BI, it's not like that. You make it only once, and then every time you dump the data, it will clean by itself, and the dashboards will be interactive, and you can add slices and the visuals you can do in Power BI. There are almost like 250 visuals you can generate, which are not which won't be using all the 250 visuals. Like there are roughly 50 to 60 visuals on any professional will use, but typically Power BI supports up to 250 visual representations, which we're going to learn in the upcoming sessions. So we'll start with the basic, and then we'll move on to this advanced visuals. And one of the key advantages of Power BI is it's automotive, and at the same time, it will create interactive dashboards. Okay. And Power BI has three parts typically. It will start with the Power BI desktop, and then it will go into the Power BI service, and then Power BI mobile. Okay, so Power BI desktop is where we create our reports, and Power BI service is where we publish the reports, and Power BI mobile is something, let's say, you work in a company where MD is in a different state or different country. So in desktop, you will generate the Power BI reports. In Power BI service, you publish the reports, and he can access those reports in Power BI mobile itself. This is the only application which support. Which have a mobile application also. Typically, he will install an app called Power BI Mobile in his mobile. Whenever you publish it, you'll receive the notification and you can see the reports there itself, and it can be live also. So it is one of the key advantages of Power BI. That's why many people in India started using Power BI. Okay.
Like, yeah, I think
Yes.
Rahul, like in the different way we can say, this is the only application, like even though there are multiple data visualization tools, only the Power BI supports the like even the mobile format of the report. Okay,
Yes.
we can
True.
customize.
Yeah, it's not like in order to see the analysis of it, you can take the MD or any CEO should come to the office and see the report itself. It can directly come to him, and it can be automated also. It will be like you all establish the framework, and once you dump the data, it will automatically clean itself and publish itself, and he will get automatically notifications. Let us say you can set something like every day at 6 p.m. I need this data from the data team. So what the people are going to do, they're going to establish a framework, and they're going to connect the data. Every day the data will come in, and it will clean itself and make the reports and automatically publish themselves. And he'll get a notification saying that at 6 p.m. these are our sales, these are our current revenue, and everything, every metrics, every KPI he want to see automatically will be generated and sent to him. So that's why it is one of the most used tool in India as of now. Like there are something called Google Trends. After this demo, you go search. There is something called Google Trends. Search in the Google, and once you enter search for Power BI, and it will show this. There are something called Tableau. Search for Tableau. See the trends. How the people are start using the Power BI, and how the decline of the in the market as of right now, there are only two tools that are widely used. One is Tableau and one is Power BI. In the last decade, since 2015, I think Power BI surpassed the Tableau. Right now, it's I think uh, almost for every 25 people, 100 people are using Power BI, something like that. There are some old establishments which are stick to the Tableau because they have been using it for the past 50 years, something like that. So that's why they stick to it. But right now, the Power BI is like most used tool in India. So Python is like where you can do many things. Like Python can be used for data manipulation, or you can plot graphs for it. And you can use, if you want to use the machine learning models or scikit-learn, you have to learn Python. Python is very easy to learn. It's like a simple language. It's a readable language compared to Java and all. Python is very readable and very easy to understand. And I mean, for us, we'll start with libraries like pandas. We'll use pandas for data cleaning. I mean, so typically, why do we need Python for data analysis? Because of its simplicity. Like it's very easy to understand, and it's also because it's versatility. You can do many things in Python. You can't write machine learning algorithms in Java because the language itself too complicated. Python is very simple to use, and you can do many things in Python. That's why all kind of data analysis are happening in Python. Okay, it's a language. I mean, it's a easy language and easy to understand, and you can do all kind of things. That's why all data analysts or data scientists use Python. I know this. I mean, I can't give the layman terms about Python. I'll try to give a layman terms about Python. Let's see. So, what does Python do? It do many things, but typically it can read a CSV file, it can read an Excel file, and by reading the Excel file, it can analyze the data and it can plot the data. So, which all can be done in Excel, but to what extent? How much data? How much data analysis we have to do? So let's just say in order to do 120 lakh rows, you can't do it in Excel, right? So right now you have a 20 lakh row data, which you want to do the analysis. Okay, which you want to know what is the peak value, what is the median value, what is the mean value, and what you want to understand the data basically. So which can't be done in Excel. There comes the Python. You can read that data and you can do the analysis and you can do the data cleaning there itself. You can do the data manipulation and you can do visualization also there. But that visualization is not for the presentation itself, but for the understanding of the data. Right? Python, it may sound, I think you already, all of you have some background of Python, I guess. But in order to say in the layman terms, it do many things, and data manipulation, data cleaning, data analysis is one of the part. But if you are into the machine learning or AI and deep learning, Python is the language, the go-to language in order to do all these things. Okay, so yeah, and let's discuss about this. Is going to be, I mean, all the things which all the applications which I discussed right now are all connected. We'll start with Excel, and we move on to the Power BI. Why I'm starting with Excel is like very easy to understand, very easy to start with. Once you understand the Excel, then the interface of the Power BI is very similar to the Excel, which we are going to learn in the initially. So once we get comfortable, once we are understanding what we are doing in Excel, we'll start with very basic Excel. We'll start with the definition of cell, and then we'll go to this range. What is range and what is table? Why we need table? Why? What are pivot tables? And how pivot tables can help us understand the data. And then once we'll go to we'll touch the macros also. We'll done all about the functions, and then we'll move on to the Power BI. Power BI is very similar looking compared and similar looking to the Excel. Once you learn Excel, it will be very easy to operate. In Power BI also, what we'll do is we'll read the data, and then once we read the data, we'll clean the data. Once we clean the data, then we'll move on to the visualization. There we'll create interactive dashboards. Okay, and once that is done, then we'll get into the 1 and 4. 1 and 4 will start with SQL in the first second, the primary stages of second half. And once we will start with basic queries, and then we'll move on to the advanced queries. Once that is done, the last stage will be Python. It will be different for different people. Let's say if you want to get into this data analysis, then we'll start with basic libraries, NumPy and matplotlib. Like there are some basic libraries which we have to learn. Once we are done that, that will be more than enough. If you want to get into data analysis, we'll do certain we'll write programs, we'll do tasks in Python. But if you want to get into the machine learning, AI, ML, or deep learning, then we have to dig deeper. Then we have to go into the scikit-learn for machine learning, and there the package. I mean, there the libraries which we are going to use are going to increase. So typically for data analysts, we'll be using the libraries called pandas, numpy, matplotlib, seaborn, something like this. Then there comes the machine learning. Machine learning will be the next step. Once we master these things, I mean, I know it may sound a bit, too hurry, but these are very simple things to learn. Don't They are not as complicated as they sound. They are very simple. It's easy learning. Python is like once you get to know the Python, it's very straightforward. It's like uh, it's not as tough as people say, but it's very simple to understand. Okay, so yeah, let's move to the next slide. I mean, there are many real world applications for all these things, but fundamentally, Excel is used everywhere. Power BI specifically for visualization. If you want automation reports, we'll use Power BI. SQL is like just like Excel. Excel is for everyone use. SQL is for every business, every big business who want to do the data analysis and improve their business. They'll definitely use the SQL. And Python, it used in many things. It's not just contained to the data analysis. Data analysis is one of the part of Python. Python is like it's a big ocean where you can do anything. You can create web pages, you can develop apps, but it has its own drawbacks. But it's a big ocean where you can do anything. You can do graphs, you can do analysis, you can build applications on it. There are many things, but we won't be touching all of them. We'll be limiting ourselves to the data analysis, and after that, maybe getting into the scikit-learn understanding of the machine learning. What is machine learning? Why do we need machine learning? What we can do with machine learning? We'll touch that part too. That will be the end of our Python. So we're going to do data analysis in Python, and then after that, we're going to touch scikit-learn. What is machine learning, and what are the things we can do with Python related to machine learning? Okay. Yeah, so we are discussing about the real world applications. Okay, until now, anyone has have any doubts or any questions, any queries? Anyone? Hello. Let's see.
Rahul, it is mirroring Rahul.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, Ajay, do you have any questions?
No, Rahul.
Okay.
So you worked on like even ML models,
Yeah, I worked
like
on
only
ML
on
models.
the.
The last project which I worked on is like it's sentiment analysis. We did some sentiment analysis for the last elections. It's almost 9 months back. So we scraped data from the Twitter, YouTube, and all the social media platforms, and then we did the sentiment analysis of it.
Mhm.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. So, I mean, you can do all kind of financial analysis with Python, and I mean, you can do financial analysis in Python itself, or you can use Excel for it, or you can. I mean, if you want to generate very good visuals for every month of your expenses, let's say, imagine. I mean, Power BI Desktop is free. Uh, let's just say if you spend 3 hours of your time after you learn Power BI, you can typically able to generate a framework, and every month, like if you are cautiously enough to enter your data into an Excel. Once you dump that Excel into the Power BI, it will automatically create great visuals for you where it shows how much you're spending in food, how much you're spending on shopping, how much you're spending on, let's say, groceries. You can make visuals in Excel itself, or if you want to make interactive and you want to see it for, you want to use it for long term, I would say use Power BI. Power BI is like where you can segregate yourself quarterly, annually, monthly, and it will predict also like at this rate how much your savings is gonna be. That part can be done in Power BI. Yeah. Apart from this, companies do their financial analysis typically in Excel, and then they'll do the visualization in Power BI. So there are multiple ways, but some people just stick to Excel. Yeah, let's take market analysis. Market analysis can be done in Excel and Power BI. And operations typically rely on SQL. Like basically they'll dump the data in SQL and write their queries. Like imagine, I'll give you a good example on this. Take Swiggy. If you take Swiggy, their data is huge. They operate on the entire India, right? So how do they know they have enough drivers in that particular location in order to deliver the food? The process behind that is typically the before day or before 6 hours, they'll send one kind of pop-up to the delivery agents saying that are you going to be active in this area in the next coming. They'll collect that data, and then they'll analyze the data typically in the particular Hyderabad, in particular one location. Last day I got this many orders, last week I got this many orders. So typically what they're going to do, they're going to predict how many orders today I'm going to get, and do I have that number of delivery agent who voted for they're going to be on duty. If no, then what they're going to do is they're going to send a pop-up again saying that for the people who are going to work in the next 6 hours will get extra incentive, and then that attracts people, and then the people will come in and they'll meet the targets. So typically this all will be running in the SQL itself. It's maybe in SQL, maybe in Snowflake, but the thing is it is a data management system. So that's how data management, DBMS, helps companies to solve their real-time problems. So this course typically is structured for 4 months. We are not an beginner's course, but we'll start from the beginning and then we'll go to this advanced level in both in all these four applications. We start with Excel and then we'll go to the Power BI. But in Excel, we'll start with basic Excel and then we'll end up with advanced Excel macros to macros we'll. And then in Power BI will start with Power BI desktop, and typically we'll start with the ETL, extract, transform, load, and then we'll do the visualization. And then in Power BI also there is something called optimization. We'll do the optimization of the data, and then we'll remove all the redundancy of the data, and there are a step-by-step process which we have to perform in Power BI in order to generate great visuals. We'll follow all that. I'm going to give you a course plan for it. So what we're going to do in the next coming 4 months. And once SQL and Power BI is done, then we'll enter into the sorry. Once Excel and Power BI is done, then we'll enter into the SQL. After the SQL, like if you want to imagine, it will be the phases wise. First Excel, and then Power BI, and then third will be the SQL, and fourth will be the Python. In the first segment, we'll conquer Excel and Power BI, and then in the next segment, we'll conquer SQL and Python. Okay, in that way it will be easy for you to understand also. Once you learn Excel, it will be easy to learn Power BI, and once you learn both these things, then you will be very acquainted with data cleaning, data analysis and all. And we'll start with SQL because SQL is like very easy very easy to write queries. It's like you know what is the meaning of join. That's the exact meaning of join in SQL also. That terms will be very real time using terms, so it is very easy to understand. Once we're done with SQL, we will move on to the Python. Okay, and then that will be. I mean, this slide typically demands displays what are the advantages you will be getting once you learn the data analysis and all. Typically, there are many jobs out there which are inclining toward data analysis, and this will be the fun. These are the fundamental skills that one need in order to get into data analysis. Data analysis just doesn't mean data analytics. It will start with data analytics and business analysis, financial analysis, or you can become a machine learning engineer. There are n number of jobs, but for all of the jobs, the basic will be these skills. Even though there are many advanced jobs like you will be a Power BI developer, and you will be a query writer in Swiggy. So there are people who are dedicated to write queries in Swiggy and Uber and companies like this. Their whole job is to write working query. In, especially they use Snowflake. Their whole job is to optimize the queries, write the queries, and make sure that they are working proper. There is, I mean, they make sure that there won't be any lag. That's their whole job. They spend entire days on writing queries, writing new queries, solving the old queries. It's a loop. So basically, the let's say how deep you are going into the course. There are specifically rules for that in the corporates. So yeah. So by the end of this course, typically we'll be doing a project. I mean, we'll be doing multiple projects on Excel. I'll share the course plan with you, what we're going to do. So typically, this is not going to be only teaching course. We'll be doing at least two projects on Excel, two big projects, and there will be weekly small projects. So typically, we'll be spending 1 month on Excel. So four small projects, one big project, or two big projects. We'll plan something like that. In Power BI also, for every week we'll do one small project. For every month we'll do one big project. We are planning to do two, but let's at least maintain one. Let's see the pace. If the pace is good, we'll go for two projects. Like one big project for 15 days, something like that. In SQL also something like that. I will be providing this Swiggy data itself. I will provide some Swiggy data for you. For city wise, let's write queries and let's solve the problems, real time problems, and let's see how the queries are running and where the more drivers are required, where we have to give incentivize to attract the drivers and all. We'll do that. And in Python itself, We'll do the basic data analysis, data manipulation, data cleaning in Python also, and then we'll do the visualization in Python also, and then we'll touch this ML, uh, and then that will be the end of Python. Okay, in Python also we'll do the projects. Obviously, every 1 week we'll do one small project. Every 1 month we'll do one big project. If the pace is good, let's try to do for two projects per month. Okay. Any questions you have? I'm more than happy to take questions now. Azar, do you have any questions? Hello. Yeah, that's
Hello.
yeah. Hi guys.
Rahul, like I think
Can you hear me?
uh, I'm good. Yeah, yeah.
So do you have any questions?
No, Rahul. Rahul,
So
like how
yeah,
many years experience you have?
I've been working for the past 3 years.
Oh, 3 years. Okay.
Yes.
On the data side or like overall?
Yeah, on the I mean, I began as a data analyst, and then I'm working as a business analyst right now. Right now, I do financial analysis also.
Like
Typically, yes,
the finance, like which thing? Like you'll be like ARAP or like as a business analyst, you are working for in the finance domain. You are working as a business analyst, right?
yes.
For the P2P or like O2C or R2 or like our budget taxation or budgeting or which.
It's
Uh,
like more like an investment firm. It's an investment firm. Typically, we'll be
okay.
evaluating the companies and looking at the financial models, how they are making money, and what are the revenue streams, and how much money are they making. What is the burn rate? We'll be calculating all these things, and we'll be the final guys. We'll be suggesting whether to invest in a company or not based on the EDP, the number, and what is their gross revenue, net revenue. We'll calculate all the financial things, and we have a metrics for that. Will fulfill all the metrics. If any company who is fulfilling all the metrics, then it will be eligible to go into the next round. So where the next round typically will be the pitching, the company founders will come and pitch in the idea, and if the investors, whoever is basically our bosses, if they like the business idea, then they go into the investments. So typically our company operates for startups. So typically startups will be our in our league. Typically startups comes to us, or we'll go to startup, or we'll take one sector and identify the multiple startups and start evaluating all the startups. And based on that, so if they meet our metrics, then they'll come into the pitching and all. Then if pitching is good, financials are good, then it will be investments comes in, something like that.
Okay, Rahul.
Yeah. So I'm sharing the Google document here. If anyone is interested, please fill all the information there. Then we'll see you in the next class. Yeah. Any other
Okay.
questions? I'm open to questions. Please, if you have any questions, let me know.
Okay.
So, Kaja, tell me, like, so what are you looking for?
Rahul, like already like even working on so I works for the manufacturing company. Okay. So
Okay.
even I works on like P2P, okay, O2C and R2R data. Okay, even I
Mm-hmm.
works on as a business analyst.
Okay.
I'm already doing actually like Moses is my like he's from my village only. Like I met him like 2 days back, and he suggested like he was going to give the training on this part like data analysis. Okay, so
Okay.
that's why I thought of joining like this call.
Sure.
But you have delivered a good.
Okay. No problem.
The content is very precise. Whatever
Okay.
you delivered today.
Hmm.
Okay, Rahul, like if you don't mind, like I shall we connect offline? Like if you provide your number,
Sure.
I like the yeah.
I'll drop my number in the chat. Please take it from here. I drop my number. Can you see my number in the chat?
1 minute, Rahul.
Yeah, Rakesh. Tell me. You can unmute yourself and ask question. You don't have to raise the hand.
Yeah, hello.
Yeah, hi Rakesh.
Yes, sir. My background is become computers. Can I suitable for this job?
So
Like
what are you
data
looking for,
science.
Rakesh? See, what are you looking for? Firstly, let's identify the what you're looking for, and then let me suggest you. So, have you worked on Excel before?
No, sir. I have a little bit understand the Excel.
So, typically, did you ever open? ఇంతకుముందు మీరు Excel ఒకసారి ఓపెన్ చేశారా?
చేస్తున్నాను.
చేసి ఉంటారు కదా. So at least you know
Mm.
what is Excel is, right?
Yeah, yeah, I know.
You know, right? So if you know what is Excel is, then yeah. So basically, we can start from there. Let's understand what is Excel is, and then let's go into this Power BI. And మీరు like what you want to become? You want to become data analyst, or you want to become a business analyst, or let's focus that. If you want to become a data analyst, అంటే మీ primary గోల్ వచ్చి జాబ్ రావడం మీ గోల్ అయితే దెన్ విల్ టేక్ వన్ పాత్. లేదు నేను డేటా సైంటిస్ట్ అవుదాం అనుకుంటున్నాను అంటే దట్ దే విల్ బి డిఫరెంట్ పాత్. ఆర్ నేను మెషిన్ లెర్నింగ్ ఇంజనీర్ అవుదాం అనుకుంటున్నాను ఇట్ విల్ బి డిఫరెంట్ పాత్. సో వాట్ ఈస్ ద గోల్?
Business analyst.
Business analyst avadam anukuntunnaru. Like if you don't mind me asking, why business analyst? Like you are interested in business and you want to learn business. How? What are the metrics that ఇవి ఉంటేనే business successful అవుతుంది? Like you are interested in business, that's why you want to learn business analyst, yeah?
Yeah. Actually, my friend suggested this business analyst.
Okay, your friend suggested it. So
Mm.
మిమ్మల్ని మీరు క్వశ్చన్ వేసుకోండి, వై యూ వాంట్ బికమ్ ఎ బిజినెస్ అనలిస్ట్. ఐ మీన్ ఐఎమ్ నాట్ ట్రైయింగ్ బట్ అంటే మీరు ఎందుకు అని అడిగే అర్హత నాకు లేదనుకోండి. బట్ స్టిల్ వై ఐమ్ ఆస్కింగ్ ఇస్ యూ ద గోల్ షుడ్ బి క్లియర్. వెన్ ద గోల్ ఈస్ క్లియర్ యూ డోంట్ సఫర్ ఇన్ ద పాత్. సో దట్స్ వై ఐమ్ సేయింగ్ దట్. సో వై బిజినెస్ అనలిస్ట్? అండ్ వన్స్ యూ హ్యావ్ దట్ ఆన్సర్ టు ద క్వశ్చన్ ఇట్ విల్ బి వెరీ ఈజీ టు బికమ్ బిజినెస్ అనలిస్ట్. సో మీ సగం వచ్చిన తర్వాత అరే నేను బిజినెస్ అనలిస్ట్ కాదు, నేను డేటా అనలిస్ట్ ఉండాల్సిందే, ఇలాంటి బ్యాక్అవుట్ లేకుండా why business analyst అనేది solid answer ఉంటే then I'll tell you what is the roadmap for that. So why business analyst? Think about it and ఆలోచించండి మీరే ఒకసారి why business analyst అని చెప్పి. If you can give me a solid answer then it will be very helpful for me to give a roadmap for you.
Yeah.
Okay, you can fill the form or you can contact me. My number is in the chat. Once you once you have the answer please contact me. Or typically so మీరు ఆల్రెడీ వర్క్ చేస్తున్నారు ఇప్పుడు?
Me, sir. Rakesh.
Yeah, Rakesh, yes Rakesh, are you currently working?
No, no, sir. Right now I'm not working.
Okay. So you're looking for a job or you want to mean business analyst avudamani job manesara lekapothe like for some external reason you quit the job and right now you want to get into this software say something like that.
Yes, sir. Software, sir. I want to move software.
Okay. So you are goal oriented or job oriented?
Job oriented.
So, okay. So మీకు జాబ్ కావాలి రైట్. సో జాబ్ ఇస్ ద
Mm.
టార్గెట్ రైట్.
Yeah.
సో టిపికల్లీ జాబ్ కావాలి అంటే లెట్స్ స్టార్ట్ విత్ డేటా అనాలిసిస్. డేటా అనలిస్ట్గా చేస్తే ఏంటంటే బిజినెస్ అనలిస్ట్ డేటా అనలిస్ట్ అనేవాడు ప్రతి కంపెనీలో ఉంటారు. లైక్ దే కెన్ డూ వెరైటీ ఆఫ్ టాస్క్ బట్ దట్ ఆల్ ద టాస్క్ కెనాట్ బి పర్ఫార్మ్ బిజినెస్ అనలిస్ట్. బిజినెస్ అనలిస్ట్ అంటే వాళ్ళ రోల్ సపరేట్ ఉంటుంది బట్ డేటా అనలిస్ట్ ఇస్ ద కామన్ రోల్. లైక్ డేటా అనలిస్ట్ కెన్ బికమ్ ఎ బిజినెస్ అనలిస్ట్. బిజినెస్ అనలిస్ట్ అంటే ఇట్స్ సంథింగ్ లైక్ నెక్స్ట్ అనుకోండి. ఫస్ట్ లెట్ స్టార్ట్ విత్ డేటా అనలిస్ట్ అండ్ దెన్ యూ కెన్ బికమ్ ఎ బిజినెస్ అనలిస్ట్. ఓకే,
Mm.
యూ అండర్స్టాండ్ వాట్ ఐమ్ సెయింగ్? డేటా అనలిస్ట్ అనేవాళ్ళు చాలా దే డోంట్ హ్యావ్ ఎనీ లిమిటేషన్స్. లెట్స్ సే ఇప్పుడు మీరు హౌ కెన్ ఐ సే దిస్, డేటా అనలిస్ట్ అనేవాడికి లిమిటేషన్స్ ఏమి ఉండవు. హీ విల్ బీ హ్యాండీ విత్ ఎక్సెల్, సీక్వెల్, పవర్ బిఐ అండ్ పైథాన్. బట్ వెరాస్ బిజినెస్ అనలిస్ట్ వచ్చినప్పటికి యూ హ్యావ్ టు డిగ్ డీపర్ ఇన్ టు దిస్ పవర్ బిఐ అండ్ యూ హ్యావ్ టు అంటే మీరు ఒక క్వైరీస్ రాయడం కానీ పవర్ బిఐలో విజువలైజేషన్ చేయడం కానీ కొంచెం ఇన్డెప్త్ అనాలిసిస్ చేస్తే దెన్ వన్స్ యూ హ్యావ్ ద ఎక్స్పీరియన్స్ దెన్ యూ కెన్ ఈజీలీ బికమ్ ఎ బిజినెస్ అనలిస్ట్. Data analyst is a foundation అనుకోండి. And then once you start digging deeper and understanding the concepts and the fundamentals, సో మీరు డేటాని ఎలా ఆప్టిమైజ్ చేస్తారు, విజువలైజేషన్లో ఎంత బాగా విజువలైజేషన్ చేయగలుగుతారు. ఆబ్వియస్లీ మీరు ఇనిషియల్ చేస్తున్నప్పుడు ఎప్పుడు ఉంటుందంటే మీరు యూ ఆర్ ఏబుల్ టు క్రియేట్ ద విజువల్ బట్ దట్ విజువల్ ఈస్ నాట్ యాజ్ ఎఫెక్టివ్ యాజ్ విజువల్ క్రియేటెడ్ విత్ బిజినెస్ అనలిస్ట్. డేటా అనలిస్ట్ అంటే
Yeah, yeah.
జనరిక్గా యూల్ బి టచింగ్ ఆల్ ద టాపిక్స్ అండ్ యూల్ బి హ్యావింగ్ ద నాలెడ్జ్ ఫ్రమ్ ఆల్ ద టాపిక్స్. విచ్ ఈస్ గుడ్ టు గెట్ ఎ జాబ్. ఎందుకంటే మమ్మల్ని హైర్ చేసుకునేటప్పుడు జనరిక్గా చూస్తారు తప్ప, అరే నాకు విజువల్స్ కోసం కావాలి, విజువల్స్ వచ్చా అని చెప్పి చూసే చాలా రూల్స్ చాలా తక్కువ ఉంటాయి. బట్ జనరిక్గా డేటా అనలిస్ట్కి రూల్స్ ఎక్కువ ఉంటాయి. ఓకే.
Okay.
So yeah, I mean, if it is a job oriented, let's start with the data analyst, and then once you have this thing, you can apply for many jobs, and once you get into that job, then you can plan for business analyst roles.
Yeah, yes.
Yes, right? That sounds good. Okay. Do you have any other questions, Rakesh?
No, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Rakesh. Okay. That if anyone have any other questions, I'll answer that. I'll take that, or else let's close the session. It's already 9:30. So yeah, any other questions? Okay. Avinash, do you have any questions?
Yeah, no, no, no.
Okay, all right.